Hello there, and welcome to Sleepy Cosmos. Tonight, we'll drift together into a world both near and boundless, the world of weather. The breath of the wind, the heartbeat of the rain, the silver veins of lightning, and even the hush of falling snow, all are the heartbeats of the earth, echoing in every breath you take. Perhaps you've heard the rain tapping gently against your window, or felt a breeze gliding softly across your skin. But tonight, we will listen more deeply, to the place where the sky itself becomes the lullaby of our planet. You'll uncover the quiet secrets hidden within clouds, thunder, and the golden light of evening, not to memorize, but to relax, to slow down, and to fall peacefully asleep. If you enjoy these gentle journeys, please consider liking or subscribing so that other weary souls searching for calm may also find their way here. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the weather whisper you into sleep. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. Take a deep breath in. Let the air flow through your lungs, reaching every cell in your body. Tonight, we will wander together into the kingdom of the sky, where clouds drift, where lightning sings the voice of the atmosphere, and where every drop of rain falls like a whisper from the earth to humankind. Clouds, floating oceans in the sky. When you look up at the sky, you might see clouds as soft, weightless cotton drifting above. But in truth, a single large cloud can weigh more than 1 million elephants, holding hundreds of thousands of tons of water vapor, and yet it floats effortlessly. What keeps it from falling is not magic, but warmth. Rising currents of air from the ground lift and cradle these tiny droplets, sustaining them in the delicate dance of the atmosphere. Clouds are the perfect metaphor for balance, both heavy and light, dense and transparent. In the realm of clouds, gravity and energy, matter and air find a fleeting harmony, just as the mind finds peace when it learns to let go. The naturalist Rachel Carson once wrote, "Those who contemplate the beauty of the earth find reserves of strength that will endure as long as life lasts." Each time we gaze at the clouds, we are looking into the mirror of our own spirit, ever-changing, fluid, undefined, yet always beautiful. Clouds do not merely block the sun, they make its light more radiant as it passes through, painting the sky with ethereal colors. In life, too, it is often the clouds of hardship that make our inner light deeper, softer, and more profound. Lightning, the radiant voice of the sky. Then there are moments when the heavens grow wild. A blinding flash tears open the night. Lightning. Hotter than the surface of the sun, reaching 30,000 degrees C, it forces the surrounding air to expand in an instant, creating thunder, the voice of the sky. If clouds are gentleness, lightning is pure energy, a fierce pulse of nature, reminding us that this planet is alive, breathing, and pulsing with primal power. Yet even in its fury, there is an order, a beauty of precision. Carl Sagan once said, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." Lightning is one of those incredible things. It is not only an electrical discharge, but one of Earth's oldest storytellers, present long before life began. Along with water and organic compounds, lightning may have sparked the very first reactions that led to life itself. Each bolt is a bridge between sky and ground, between energy and matter, chaos and creation. When you see that flash, you are witnessing the same energy that once awakened life billions of years ago. In the lens of Sleepy Cosmos, we don't just hear thunder. We feel the planet's heartbeat resonating through it, a vibration spreading far and wide, the pulse of a living world. Rain, the soul drops of the atmosphere. And from clouds, water becomes rain. Tiny droplets fall, one by one, cooling the warm earth, washing away the dust of the day, and gently lulling the world toward rest. People often imagine raindrops shaped like teardrops, but in truth, they are round and slightly flattened, like tiny discs. Wind and pressure reshape them as they fall, a testament to nature's graceful adaptability. Yet rain is more than a physical event. Rain is memory. Rain is emotion. Rain is the whisper of time itself. When it falls on rooftops, leaves, and lakes, it stirs something deep within us: childhood, peace, and quiet sorrow. Rain speaks the language of connection between sky and soil, between humanity and the living earth. It returns water to rivers, to roots, to creatures, and to the thirsty spirit within us. The poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow once wrote, "The best thing one can do when it's raining is to let it rain." A gentle reminder: there are moments in life when we don't need to resist or explain, only to let things flow, like rain across the skin, like feelings through the heart, until they settle into calm. The scent of rain, ancient memory in the air. Have you ever noticed the smell of the first rain of the season? That earthy, fresh, mysterious scent has a name: petrichor, the fragrance of earth touched by rain. It is created from ancient plant oils, soil microbes, and ozone born from lightning. Each time rain meets dry earth, these compounds rise and drift into the air. And when we breathe them in, we inhale a fragment of ancient memory. Petrichor is the scent of beginnings, of life returning, of the endless cycle. It reminds us that nature doesn't just surround us, it lives within each breath we take. When you breathe in the smell of rain, you are touching the deep history of this planet, the same chemistry that once sparked life millions of years ago, the same heartbeat that still hums within every molecule of air. Clouds, lightning, and rain, three phenomena that seem separate yet belong to one symphony. Clouds are the prelude, where vapor rises and gathers. Lightning is the climax, when energy bursts into brilliance. Rain is the finale, when everything returns to earth, renewed, nourished, alive. It is the same rhythm that lives within us: to inhale, to hold, to release. Emotions, thoughts, memories, they rise, they collide, they fall gently, like rain cleansing the soul. The physicist Richard Feynman once said, "I, a universe of atoms, an atom in the universe." When we watch clouds drift, hear thunder roll, or breathe in the scent of rain, we are not just observing nature, we are recognizing ourselves within it. Tiny, fragile, yet wondrous and alive, like every droplet, every flash, every breath of the sky. Now, let these images dissolve softly in your mind. Clouds that weigh millions of tons, yet float like dreams. Lightning hotter than the sun, yet birthing life itself. Raindrops falling like Earth's heartbeat. And the scent of petrichor, the sigh of a planet after a long thirst. In that moment, weather is no longer something distant or harsh, but an ancient song, where every sound has a purpose, every storm a meaning, and every breath something sacred within it. If you're listening to this in the quiet of night, let my voice blend with the imagined rain beyond your window. Let everything from today drift away, like vapor dissolving into air. And let your mind, like a cloud, grow light and drift free of worry. Breathe in deeply, exhale slowly, and let the weather embrace you with the warmth of the sky. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. Snow, hail, and blizzard. The dance of ice. The rain has faded. The air settles, softer, quieter, as if the planet itself has just exhaled after thunder and long rainfall. from that cold and misty sky, something else begins, the dance of ice. If rain is the warm breath of the atmosphere, then snow is its cold and purified sigh. A world covered in snow no longer hums with noise. It becomes still, as if the earth has paused to listen to its own heart. Snowflakes, the crystal songs of the sky. Imagine this, a tiny speck of dust, floating upward from the ground, suddenly meets a realm of freezing air. The moisture around it condenses, crystallizing into a six-pointed snowflake, small, fragile, and yet astonishingly perfect. No two snowflakes are ever alike. Each one is a unique masterpiece, sculpted by temperature, humidity, and wind, the three invisible artists of the sky. They can fall light as silk, or large as coins, sometimes clustering together into wide, soft petals drifting down from the heavens. The poet William Bentley, who devoted his life to photographing snowflakes through a microscope, once said, "Snowflakes are one of nature's most fragile things, but just look what they can do when they stick together." That line carries a gentle philosophy of unity. A single snowflake may melt upon touching the ground, but billions together can calm the planet, blanketing forests and mountains in white, reflecting sunlight and cooling the earth from above. In the world of sleepy cosmos, snow becomes a symbol of purification. Each snowflake is a whisper from the sky, reminding us that sometimes stillness itself is the only form of healing. Picture yourself standing in a pine forest as snow falls around you. No cars, no noise, only the breath of the wind, the faint sound of snow landing, and your heartbeat. The world feels beautifully simple, just your warmth and nature's quiet embrace. Blizzards, where calm and fury converge. But nature, like humanity, carries two sides of the same soul. If a snowflake is a lullaby, then a blizzard is its stormy symphony, fierce yet poetic. When wind sweeps across frozen plains, carrying billions of tiny flakes, vision disappears and the world turns white. There is no line between sky and ground, no contrast between day and night, only motion, only white. To the casual eye, it may seem merciless, but through a meditative gaze, one sees beauty hidden within its chaos, a pattern beneath the storm. Carl Sagan once wrote in Cosmos, "The beauty of a living thing is not the atoms that go into it, but the way those atoms are put together." The same truth applies to a blizzard. Its violence is not meaningless. It is nature's way of restoring balance, renewing water cycles, and reviving forests and soil. When the storm subsides, snow covers everything, yet beneath that icy blanket, life quietly waits, protected from the killing cold above. After a blizzard, the world feels washed clean, not just by water, but by the white light of rebirth. Those who live in frozen lands say that after every storm, the air becomes so clear you can almost see your own breath. Just like the human spirit, only after walking through the storm do we learn to see ourselves clearly again. Hail, the art of collision and endurance. Then there are times when the sky forges hail instead of gentle snow. Hail is not softness. It is strength shaped by struggle. Inside a cloud, droplets of water are hurled upward by strong winds, freeze, fall, and are lifted again, over and over. A journey of collision and transformation. With each cycle, a new layer of ice forms around the core, like the rings of an onion, layer upon layer of experience. When the stone grows too heavy, it falls, carrying the marks of its many ascents and descents between heat and cold. Some hailstones grow as large as golf balls, even volleyballs, monuments of persistence between sky and earth. If snow teaches us gentleness, hail teaches us resilience. In life, too, we are sometimes thrown upward, challenged, frozen, tested, before we can fall gracefully back to the ground we call home. Albert Einstein once said, "In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity." Hail embodies that truth. It is not born from calm, but from chaos. It doesn't fall to destroy, but to remind us that every force in the universe seeks balance. Within the coldest trials lies a quiet kind of beauty, hard but not cruel, like a gem formed under pressure, or the will to live in winter's heart. The symphony of ice and light. If you've ever walked across a field after a snowy night, you've seen what silence looks like in light. The ground sparkles as though sprinkled with stardust. Each flake catches the moonlight, creating an ocean of soft radiance that feels both real and dreamlike. People call it cold light, but it carries a strange warmth, the warmth of awareness, of being fully present. In that stillness, you can hear your own heartbeat, and for a moment, the world feels whole. Henry David Thoreau once wrote, "Heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads." Snow makes that truth visible. The sky falls gently to the ground, and the ground returns its reflection upward. All boundaries, above and below, warm and cold, heavy and light, dissolve. What remains is perfect harmony. Through that lens, frost is no longer a symbol of loneliness, but the purest form of peace. Every snowflake, every layer of ice, every hailstone, each is a note in Earth's eternal song. As you lie still, listening to this voice, imagine yourself standing in a field of white. No engines, no chatter, only wind, snow, and your heartbeat. Every sound outside melts away like mist. Let yourself fall slowly, like a snowflake. Sink gently, like ice resting on a lake. Drift freely, like morning fog. Snow teaches us that silence can sing. A blizzard teaches us that chaos can be beautiful. Hail teaches us that resilience is also a form of love for life. Together, they are chapters in the infinite symphony of the atmosphere, where Earth is both instrument and artist. Now, as you close your eyes, imagine the final snowflakes drifting through moonlight. They melt upon your skin without a trace, leaving only purity and peace. Whether it is rain or frost, thunder or snow, the message remains the same. The world is alive, breathing, and softly cradling you each night. Release your shoulders. Loosen your hands. Let your mind drift like a snowflake lost in the sky. There is nothing to hold, nothing to hurry. Only the white stillness remains. And you, a small, tender soul, dissolving into the earth's gentle breath. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. The most powerful storms of nature. The snow slowly melts. The sky begins to stir again, no longer the blank white stillness of a frozen world, but shifting, heavier, more humid, and filled with latent pulses of energy. Gentle winds awaken the planet's stronger breathing, for after stillness there is always movement. If the previous chapter was the lullaby of ice, then this one is the symphony of primal strength, where the sky stops whispering and begins to roar with the breath of storms. Wind, the breath of the earth. Before storms, before tornadoes or tempests, there is wind, an invisible energy present everywhere. Wind is born when warm and cool air trade places, like the planet's unseen dancers, forever seeking balance. The scientist Rachel Carson once wrote, "The winds, the sea, and the moving tides of our lives all come of the earth and the earth itself." Wind is nature's first language, the way the planet speaks to itself. When wind is gentle, it carries the scent of ripe rice, the salt of the sea, the rustle of leaves. But when it rages, it becomes a force no one can restrain, a howling tempest. Tornadoes, when the sky bends itself. A tornado is among nature's most violent phenomena. where air moves so fast that straw can pierce wood and winds can reach 300 miles per hour, as swift as a jet. In mere minutes, a quiet countryside can turn into a whirling chaos of dust, splinters, and metal. Yet within that destruction, there exists a perfect form of natural physics, a spiral, balanced and precise, like a work of art carved by energy. Carl Sagan said in Cosmos, "The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." And perhaps a tornado is a vivid proof of that, a storm of the atmosphere, yet a reflection of the human mind. Both have times of calm and of tumult, cycles of spinning energy and emotion. Seen through a meditative lens, a tornado is not only destruction, it is the release of energy compressed for too long. It is how the earth breathes more powerfully to rebalance itself, like the strong exhale we humans take to cast off what weighs us down. Tropical storms and superstorms, the ocean's behemoths. Far offshore, where the sea warms beneath the sun, vast plumes of vapor rise, spiral, and feed themselves with energy. This is the tropical storm, and when it reaches its limits, it becomes a hurricane, or a super typhoon, a superstorm. These systems can unleash energy hundreds of times greater than all of humanity's power plants combined. Each day, a powerful storm releases heat equivalent to 10 nuclear bombs detonating at once. Yet, rather than ravage the cosmos, it sustains Earth's living cycles, bringing water, regulating climate, and restoring thermal balance. Meteorologist Edward Lorenz, father of chaos theory, once wrote, "Tiny differences in initial conditions can yield widely diverging outcomes. The flap of a butterfly's wings in Brazil might set off a tornado in Texas. Nothing in the universe or the atmosphere is truly random. Every wisp of vapor, every breath of wind, every tiny difference in temperature can lead to the birth of a great storm. This reminds us, everything in nature is invisibly connected, and sometimes the smallest things ignite the most momentous changes. From space, satellites gaze down and see colossal storms like white spiraled flowers upon the blue sea, beautiful and terrifying. They are the planet's heartbeat, a reminder that Earth is never still, always moving, forever inhaling and exhaling in its own way. The eye of the storm, a symbol of order in chaos. Strangely, within the fury of a storm lies a place of perfect peace, the eye of the storm. There, the wind pauses, waves fall quiet, and light slips through thick walls of cloud like a shining halo. The eye may last only minutes, but it is a moment of immaculate balance amid absolute turmoil. Science explains it. Winds circling the center create a stable low-pressure zone where air descends straight down, forming this tranquil space. But at a deeper level, the eye is a metaphor for the human mind. When life spins wildly and the winds of emotions surge, if we can find a still point within, then no matter the outer tempest, there can be peace at the center. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh wrote, "Peace is present right here and now, in ourselves and in everything we do and see." That truth resounds when we behold the eye of a storm, where peace is not outside us, but at the very heart of upheaval. The universe always holds two faces, chaos and order, destruction and creation, motion and stillness. A storm does not only destroy, it restructures, renews, and transforms. So it is with us. Only by moving through upheaval do we discover our truest center. When nature roars, humanity learns to listen. Each year, thousands of storms traverse the oceans, hundreds of tornadoes coil over the land. And yet, for all our technology, we remain humble before them. Because a storm is not only a physical event, it is the symphony of a living planet, the voice of nature we are only beginning to truly hear. In storms we see power, but we also see law, pattern, and principle. In the scream of wind, we hear the ancient rhythm of the atmosphere, a rhythm that has pulsed since Earth was newborn and still hums today. Carl Sagan wrote in Pale Blue Dot, "The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Seen from space, our mighty storms are only small spirals in a thin veil of air wrapped around our world. And yet, this fragile layer sustains all life, the planet's blanket, the shared breath of every living thing. Storms remind us, the true power of nature lies not in destruction, but in renewal. After every tempest, trees rise again, rain rinses clean, and the sky clears. Life finds its way back, stronger, greener, and quieter." If you're hearing these words on a rainy night, imagine this. Out there, somewhere, great storms drift slowly across the ocean, vast beings gliding through the dark sea of night. They do not know of us, nor intend to harm. They simply exist, because that is the nature of energy. Let your mind be the same. Just exist, without resistance, without judgment, simply observing. For in the storm, whether outside or within, what we need is not escape, but to find our own eye of calm. The philosopher Alan Watts said, "You are the universe experiencing itself." And when you look upon a storm, you see not only nature, you glimpse a part of your own soul within it, fierce, beautiful, and with a still center nothing can touch. Now let the sounds of the storm fade. The wind gentles, the waves recede, the clouds tear open, and light spills down. The earth takes a deep breath, as if the planet itself were weary, then holds itself softly in silence. The storm has passed, but within each listener remains reverence and gratitude. Gratitude that we live on a world still breathing, still moving, still teaching us that even chaos can be a form of balance. Breathe in deeply. Feel the cool current pass through your chest. Then exhale slowly. Let the outer sounds dissolve until only the soft whisper of wind remains, a bedtime blessing from the planet to you. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. The extremes of Earth's climate. The storm has passed. The sky grows clear, yet weary, like someone who has spent all their strength in fury and now returns to the steady breath of peace. From the quiet after the storm, the planet opens a new chapter, where nature reveals its own limits. If wind and storm are the heartbeat of the earth, then the climate extremes are where that heart beats hardest, deepest, and most relentlessly. There, we learn that this planet, though beautiful and nurturing, still holds borderlands of endurance, where heat and cold, wetness and drought, life and death coexist in a fragile dance. Mawsynram, where the earth knows how to weep. Upon the deep green hills of Meghalaya, India, there is a small village called Mawsynram. There, rain falls nearly every day until its sound becomes the rhythm of life. On average each year, this place receives more than 11,000 millimeters of water, more than anywhere else on Earth. Imagine it, clouds heavy and unceasing, rainstorms following one another like the sky's own breath. Children grow up to the sound of rain, the elderly sleep to its endless whisper. Rain soaks the soil, the wood, the breath, and the dream. The writer Ray Bradbury once wrote in All Summer in a Day, The world, shut out by the rain, seemed lost in a tide of endless falling water. In Mawsynram, rain is not merely a phenomenon, it is an identity, the soul of a place. Dampness threads its way into every corner, teaching people to live in harmony with abundance. Within that near-eternal rain lies a gentle paradox. Though rain is the emblem of life, in excess it can blur the boundary between humanity and nature. And so, each drop that falls not only feeds the fields, but quietly reminds us of balance's fragility. Atacama, where the earth has no more tears. Half a world away from Mawsynram lies a realm of perfect contrast, the Atacama Desert in Chile, where some places have not seen rain for hundreds, even thousands of years. It is the driest place on the planet. No streams sing, no grasses sway, only rock, salt, and wind. Even bacteria, life that can dwell almost anywhere, are scarce here. By night, the temperature drops so low you can see the Milky Way spread across the sky like a mirror. The absence of water makes the air so clear that the world's greatest telescopes are built here, a place where the universe peers down at Earth through the lens of desiccation. The philosopher Alan Watts once said, "You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean." But in Atacama, that ocean has vanished. And in the absence of water, we come to understand more deeply the worth of a single drop of rain. Here, silence can be heard. The wind whispers over sand like the slow flow of time, a place where life withdraws to make room for absolute stillness. If Mawsynram is the song of excess, then Atacama is the meditation of lack. One is the earth awash in tears, the other, the earth dried to its very soul. Both teach the same lesson. Nothing remains forever in balance. Everything oscillates, breathes, and cycles. Death Valley, the planet's searing breath. From Chile's arid expanses, head north to Death Valley, USA, the Valley of Death. The name sounds like a warning, and it earns it. Temperatures here can exceed 56 degrees Celsius, hot enough to soften rubber, melt asphalt, and scorch human skin within minutes. This is a place where the ground burns until the air shimmers, where every sound warps in the heat. And yet, even in this valley of death, life endures. Certain cacti still bloom, desert foxes hunt by night, and sometimes, when rare rains fall, the whole valley becomes a sea of flowers for a few brief days. The scientist Carl Sagan once said, "There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world." Death Valley embodies that truth, our smallness before nature's power. Here we feel unmistakably that Earth does not belong to us. We are guests upon its blazing skin. This heat does more than sear the body. It burns away the illusion of control. In 56 degrees, everything, technology, comfort, language, fades into irrelevance. Only breath and shade and humility. Vostok, when time freezes. At the other end of the world from Death Valley lies Vostok Station, Antarctica, where temperatures have reached minus 89 degrees Celsius, the coldest ever recorded on Earth. There, winds scream year-round, the sky is perpetually dim, and your breath freezes the instant it leaves your lips. No trees, no bare earth, only a world of ice, wind, and blue-gray light. Yet, buried more than 4 kilometers beneath that ice is Lake Vostok, an ancient body of water sealed away for millions of years. Scientists believe that within it may dwell microbial life forms unknown to us, living apart from the rest of the planet, like the Earth's primordial memory. The explorer Ernest Shackleton once wrote in his Antarctic diaries, "In the end, we are all just stories about the ice and the fire." Vostok is the ice in that story, a place where time stalls, movement halts, and cold becomes absolute quiet. If Death Valley is the planet's hot breath, Vostok is the Earth's slow heartbeat in a frozen sleep. Heat waves, the silent killers. Between those extremes of hot and cold are heat waves, often underestimated, yet deadlier than any other natural disaster. When air holds on to heat too long, the human body can no longer cool itself. The heart, lungs, and brain begin to strain. No thunder, no storm, no dramatic sign. Only the silence of temperature, gradually choking life. The naturalist Rachel Carson reminded us, "In nature, nothing exists alone. Heat waves are born of many forces: pollution, urban sprawl, deforestation, climate change. They prove that humankind, however clever, remains tightly bound to the planet's breath. When we heat the earth, we are heating ourselves. Fog, the fragile breath of water. And then, in gentler moments, nature sends us water's most delicate expressions: fog, dew, frost. When the ground cools faster than the air, vapor condenses into tiny droplets that hover between two worlds. Not quite gas, not yet liquid. Fog is the border of the visible and invisible, where scenery dissolves into softness and everything grows more tender. Henry David Thoreau wrote in Walden, "The morning wind forever blows. The poem of creation is uninterrupted." Mist is a brief verse in that poem. Each bead of dew on a leaf, each pale veil across the meadow, reminds us that life resides in the most delicate of things. Beauty is not only in grand phenomena, it also lives in what is fleeting, easy to vanish, and still enough to make us pause and breathe more slowly. And so, from rainy Mosenram to arid Atacama, from blistering Death Valley to frozen Vostok, from hidden heat waves to tender fog, Earth is a symphony of opposites. It is precisely these contrasts that create the beauty of balance. Carl Sagan once said, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." The extremes of climate are not merely numbers, temperatures, or humidity. They are proofs of resilience. Each extreme is another face of the Earth, a reminder that this planet, whether fierce or gentle, is alive, loving, and lulling us with its breath. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the warmth or the coolness of the air around you. Exhale, slowly, and let every extreme dissolve into calm. In this moment, the Earth is neither hot nor cold, only a vast embrace holding you close. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. The strange and enchanting phenomena of the sky. When we leave behind the extremes, where the Earth either burns under desert heat or sleeps beneath Antarctic ice, we enter another world, a world of wonder, where the sky becomes a stage for nature's most breathtaking performances of energy and light. If the previous chapter spoke of survival's limits, then this one celebrates imagination itself, the artistry of nature, where air, electricity, and light join to create surreal dances that stir both awe and reverence. The sky is not merely a dome above the earth. It is a vast canvas where nature paints the unimaginable with invisible ink, wind, charge, and radiant particles. Dust devils, waterspouts, and supercells, the invisible power of air. In meteorology, nothing is as gentle yet as fearsome as air. We live within it, breathe it, yet rarely realize that this invisible substance can bend trees, lift rooftops, and raise the ocean into the sky. A dust devil often begins as a playful swirl, a child of sunlight and heat. But inside that spinning column lies a delicate imbalance of temperature, a rush of warm air rising fast, drawing dust and sand into a graceful, twisting form. Over the sea, waterspouts appear, silver serpents connecting sky and ocean, gliding across the surface and vanishing without a trace. And then there are the titans, supercells, microbursts, storms that can birth tornadoes, hail, and lightning in a single breath. They are sculptures of energy, air shaped into invisible architecture, majestic, mathematical, alive. Carl Sagan once said in Cosmos, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." These phenomena are that something incredible, mysteries sleeping in the atmosphere, waiting for one beam of sunlight, one shift of wind, one small change to awaken into grandeur. From afar, those massive spirals move like celestial dancers, elegant, violent, yet orderly. Catatumbo lightning, the eternal thunder of Venezuela. There is a place on Earth where the sky never turns dark. Over Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela, a strange phenomenon unfolds, the Catatumbo lightning. Here, lightning flashes nearly every night for centuries unbroken. Each year, the region experiences over 260 nights of lightning, each lasting from 7 to 10 hours, thousands of flashes illuminating the heavens at once. The sky blazes like a festival, and locals call it the light that never dies. Science tells us that the surrounding mountains trap humidity, allowing hot and cool air to collide continuously, but nature's language is more poetic than physics. Catatumbo is the electric breath of the planet, a luminous conversation between sky and earth. Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, "The sky is the daily bread of the eyes." If that is true, then in Venezuela, the human eye is fed by lightning. Each flash does not merely light the night, it illuminates the living pulse of the earth, restless, radiant, eternal. In that place, night is never truly dark. Every strike of lightning is a heartbeat of nature, a reminder that even wild energy is part of life's design. Aurora, the sky draped in cosmic silk. If Catatumbo is the power of Earth, then the aurora borealis is the grace of the cosmos. It is space weather, a ballet of solar wind colliding with Earth's magnetic field, painting the polar sky with flowing ribbons of green, violet, and rose. Beneath the aurora, one feels as though standing inside the planet's soul. The light does not simply appear, it breathes, moves, and sings. It is as if the earth itself were clothed in shimmering silk, resonating with the heartbeat of the stars. The astronomer Galileo Galilei named it Aurora Borealis, the northern dawn, believing it was the sky's own self-born light. And indeed, amid the deepest darkness of the polar night, it proclaims that no shadow lasts forever. Carl Sagan wrote in Pale Blue Dot, "The nitrogen in our DNA, the calcium in our teeth, the iron in our blood, the carbon in our apple pies were made in the interiors of collapsing stars." Watching the aurora, we understand this truth not with the mind, but with the heart. The light that dances above us is the light of ancient stars, their final gift to creation. And we, small beings beneath that glowing veil, are witnessing our own cosmic origins. Ball lightning, red sprites, blue jets, and volcanic lightning, the radiant mysteries of the sky. There exist phenomena science has only begun to touch, and others that remain beautiful enigmas. Ball lightning is one, glowing orbs that drift silently through the air before vanishing without trace. No one knows how they form, perhaps plasma, perhaps a chemical reaction, but those who have seen them describe something both wondrous and unsettling. Higher still, red sprites and blue jets, electric plumes that leap upward from clouds instead of striking downward, were discovered only with high-speed cameras. They are secret dances of energy, unfolding in realms we cannot reach. And then there is volcanic lightning, when ash and molten air collide, charging the sky until it bursts into radiant fury. It is a sight both primitive and sacred, light born of fire and stone, of destruction and creation in the same breath. The physicist Richard Feynman once said, "The world is full of magic things, patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper." Indeed, the sky is full of such magic, wonders we can measure but not yet fully feel. Each flash and shimmer is not a random accident of physics, but a verse of nature's poetry, written in electricity, light, and breath. From dust devils to auroras, from ball lightning to catatumbo, all remind us that the sky is not an empty void, but a living being. Every gust, every glow, every rumble of thunder carries its own pulse. When you gaze upward into the night, you are not looking at emptiness. You are peering into a mirror of cosmic energy. Each meteorological marvel, strange or familiar, is the Earth's whisper to the stars, "I am still alive." And within the wind and lightning, we can hear that whisper, both fierce and gentle, carrying the sacred rhythm of existence itself. Alan Watts once said, "Through our eyes, the universe perceives itself. Through our ears, the universe listens to its harmonies." These strange phenomena are those harmonies, not to frighten us, but to awaken awe, the pure astonishment that makes us humble and at peace. Now, as night unfolds, imagine the sky glowing with distant lightning, auroras flowing like rivers of light across the dark. There is no longer a line between nature and dream, between physics and poetry, only light, breath, and stillness in your mind. Breathe in deeply. Feel the air in your lungs, the same air that spins, sings, and shines somewhere in this very sky. Then exhale slowly. Let every spark of light out there merge softly within you, like a quiet current of calm. The sky, like you, is full of unnamed wonders. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. Weather and the dance of the oceans. After the radiant displays in the sky, where lightning, auroras, and electric storms told their stories of energy, we descend, gently, beneath the clouds. There, the earth continues another dance, slower, deeper, and no less powerful, the eternal circulation of the oceans. If the sky is the breath of the planet, then the ocean is its heart. Every current flowing through the seas is like a vast artery, carrying heat, salt, and life across the globe. And just like the wind's rhythm, the waters move to their own pulse, at times warm, at times cold, at times calm, at times wild. The oceanographer Rachel Carson once wrote in The Sea Around Us, "To stand at the edge of the sea is to stand at the border of eternity." The ocean, in its quiet grandeur, is not only the birthplace of life, it is also the unseen conductor of Earth's global weather. El Niño and La Niña, the warm and cold breath of the planet. In the heart of the Pacific Ocean, beneath seemingly tranquil waters, lies a vast rhythm that humanity has only recently begun to understand. El Niño and La Niña, two faces of the ocean's soul. When El Niño comes, the equatorial waters warm, winds shift, rain falls where deserts once stood, and drought strikes where forests once thrived. When La Niña returns, everything reverses. Cold waters rise, storms intensify, and the planet reshapes its weather in a cycle that spans years. Like the alternating breath of the Earth itself, El Niño and La Niña are the warm and cool pulses that keep the planet in balance. Without them, the atmosphere's fragile equilibrium, upon which all life depends, would crumble. Carl Sagan once said, "The Earth is a delicate balance of chaos and order, and it is the ocean that maintains that balance." A single wave, drifting quietly across distant seas, can set off a chain of effects that alter rainfall thousands of miles away, from South America to Southeast Asia, from the Amazon forests to the Sahara's edge. In the rise of El Niño, we witness the power of heat. In the breath of La Niña, the strength of renewal. They are not opposites, but alternating heartbeats within one living body, the planet itself. The Gulf Stream, the warm vein of the Earth. In the North Atlantic flows an invisible river through the sea, the Gulf Stream. It carries warm water from the tropics to Europe, keeping cities like London, Oslo, and Amsterdam far milder than their latitudes should allow. Without the Gulf Stream, Europe might freeze like Siberia. This current is the ocean's gentle hand, forever transferring warmth northward, then sending cooled water back beneath the surface, completing the planet's grand thermal circulation. The oceanographer Sylvia Earle once said, "The ocean is the blue heart of the planet, and we are inextricably connected to the heartbeat of the sea." The Gulf Stream is that heartbeat. And now, as melting ice changes the sea's density and temperature, that pulse wavers. If it slows, the entire planet will change. Longer winters, stronger hurricanes, unpredictable rains. The ocean is not merely part of the Earth. It is the Earth's nervous system, its memory, and its first responder. Every wave, every gust of sea breeze carries the echoes of millions of years. When you listen to the waves lapping against the shore, it is not just water meeting rock. It is the sound of Earth's heart, still beating after all this time. Sahara dust, the invisible bridge between continents. The world seems vast, yet ocean and sky connect everything through invisible threads. One of the most beautiful examples of this connection is the journey of Sahara dust. Each year, hundreds of millions of tons of desert dust rise from Africa and drift across the Atlantic, more than 8,000 kilometers, to the Amazon rainforest. These particles, rich with phosphorus and minerals, fall upon the jungle floor, nourishing the trees and all life within. In other words, one of the wettest places on Earth is fed by one of the driest. Between aridity and abundance, between death and life, between sand and leaf, a bridge of wind endures. The astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, "We are all connected, to each other biologically, to the Earth chemically, and to the rest of the universe atomically." The Sahara dust's voyage is proof of that truth. There are no real boundaries between continents and oceans, only the endless exchange of matter and energy. From desert sand to rainforest rain, from the Gulf Stream's warmth to La Niña's winds, all are melodies within one grand composition. The universe never divides, it only changes form, continuing its symphony of life. The ocean and the sky, the eternal waltz. The ocean and the atmosphere are not two separate realms. They are two halves of one song. When water evaporates, it becomes clouds. When clouds release rain, they return to the sea, a cycle of breathing without beginning or end. Each gust of wind skimming the sea surface transfers energy, creating waves. Each crest of foam that bursts releases salt into the air, seeding clouds that bring rain to the land. The Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once wrote, "Clouds are made of rivers, and rivers are made of clouds." His words describe perfectly the union of ocean and sky, a relationship without origin or boundary. We cannot say where the water begins, nor where it ends, because it never truly does. It simply changes its form, carrying the essence of life from one state to another. When you see mist rising from the sea, you are witnessing the ocean becoming the sky. And when the rain falls, you are seeing the sky return to the sea. the invisible threads that bind the planet. From El Niño to Sahara dust, from the Gulf Stream to Amazon rain, everything on Earth is linked by unseen threads. A small change in the ocean can redirect monsoons across Asia. A gust of wind can carry pollen thousands of kilometers. A single wave can send energy to the far side of the world. The astronomer Carl Sagan once said, "We are all star stuff, contemplating the stars." And if that is true, then the ocean is where the stars of Earth continue their motion. Within every drop of seawater lies an atom once forged in the heart of an exploding star. Every wave is a slower, deeper echo of the same cosmic rhythm, infinite, patient, alive. When we stand by the shore, listening to the wind and the surf, we are pressing our ear to the chest of the earth, listening to the heartbeat of the cosmos. Now, as you close your eyes, imagine yourself lying on a small boat drifting upon the sea. Around you, water. Above you, sky. And you, a single breath in the planet's vast rhythm. Breathe in deeply. Let the salt air fill your lungs. Exhale slowly, and let the sound of the waves count your breaths. The ocean will keep turning. The winds will keep blowing. The rain will keep falling. There is nothing to hold, nothing to fear. For within that great motion you already belong, to something vast, timeless, and kind. Carl Sagan once wrote, "For small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love. And that love is connection itself. Between human and water, between wind and cloud, between planet and universe. Now, let the ocean hum softly in your ears, a song without beginning, without end, just the steady rhythm of waves, the breath of eternity. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well." How weather shaped history and civilization. The ocean is still breathing. Its deep currents continue to circulate, carrying warmth and cold around the planet. But when those waves touch land, they do more than change the weather. They change the course of human history. From rains to droughts, from bitter winters to raging storms, climate is not merely the backdrop of the human story. It is a central character, quietly rewriting the fate of civilizations. The historian Fernand Braudel once said, "The environment is not just a setting, it is a historical actor." And indeed, across millennia, weather has shaped how we live, believe, love, conquer, and collapse. Drought and monsoon, when nature decides survival. Ancient history records countless moments when nature tested humanity with severe cycles. Among them, two great symbols stand out: drought and monsoon, the two opposite poles of a single breath. In ancient Mesoamerica, the Maya Empire once gleamed like jade, pyramids rising from forests, astronomers tracing the stars. And yet, a few centuries later, it all vanished. Not because of war, nor plague, but because the sky withheld its rain. Modern archaeological studies show that around the 9th century, a succession of prolonged droughts cracked the earth, ruined harvests, and unraveled society. Cities were abandoned, stone steps surrendered to moss. A brilliant civilization dissolved into silence simply because the heavens fell silent. Likewise, in Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, the Akkadian Empire, 23rd century BCE, once dominant through military might, collapsed after a series of severe droughts. Rivers dwindled, land turned to dust, and waves of people migrated south. The naturalist John Muir once wrote, "When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe." The line reads like a reminder: a shifting wind, a single rainy season, a long dry spell, any one of these can shake an entire civilization. Drought does not only take water, it takes hope and faith. When the rains cease, even the gods grow quiet. In the East, the monsoon tells a different story, one of abundance and dependence. India, Southeast Asia, China, great agrarian civilizations all live by the monsoon. When the rains arrive on time, rice fills the fields. When they come late or with too much force, famine spreads. The monsoon, a seeming blessing, is also the fragile thread between life and death. Its rhythm taught people to pray, to be humble, to understand that each raindrop is a kind of miracle. Storms and winter, when weather rewrites history. If drought can bring empires down, storms and winters have changed the outcomes of wars. In 1588, Spain's proud invincible armada sailed for England with conquest in mind. But their greatest enemy was not the English fleet, it was the weather. A massive North Atlantic storm shattered the armada, sending dozens of warships to the sea floor. Wreckage washed ashore on Ireland's coast, like a reminder that the weather had chosen a side. More than 2 centuries later, in 1812, Napoleon marched hundreds of thousands into Russia. He did not foresee that his most dangerous foe carried no blade. It was winter. Temperatures plunged to -30 degrees, and blizzards claimed thousands of lives each day. A mighty army was undone by wind and ice. The writer Victor Hugo once said, "Winter is on my head, but eternal spring is in my heart." For Napoleon, winter was not only on his head, it swallowed the entire dream of conquest. In that blizzard, history changed direction. A gust of wind, a wave of frost, and the map of Europe was redrawn. Since then, historians have agreed, weather is the invisible general of every war. It needs no weapons, no troops, only a shift in wind, a drop in temperature, or a change in rainfall to force human strategy to bow. The Little Ice Age, when the sky entered the canvas. From the 14th to the 19th century, the Earth endured an unusually cold period known as the Little Ice Age. The River Thames in London froze so solid that people held festivals, markets, even skating rinks directly upon it. Skies were gray, winters long, harvests failed, and yet, in the cold, culture and art blossomed. Dutch painters like Peter Bruegel and Hendrik Overkamp captured dreamy winterscapes, children skating, townsfolk kindling fires, a soft light reflected on ice. That cold shaped a distinct style. People sought warmth through color and glow. Henry David Thoreau wrote in Walden, "To affect the quality of the day, that is the highest of arts." Perhaps nature is such an artist. With chill, mist, and light glancing off ice, it altered the very quality of an era. People did more than add layers of clothing. They changed how they saw the world. In the cold, they learned closeness, sharing, patience, lessons that gentle summers rarely teach. When weather becomes humanity's memory. Weather is not only a phenomenon, it is our collective memory. Every culture, legend, and faith carries the marks of rain, sun, storm, and snow. The Egyptians revered the Nile, for each flood was a resurrection. The Japanese celebrate cherry blossoms, honoring spring's brief, perfect moment. The Vietnamese hold rain-invoking rituals during drought, knowing that rainfall is sacred. Weather built civilizations to its own rhythm. When winds and rains were favorable, people raised temples and wrote poetry. When drought and tempests arrived, they composed prayers and learned to endure. Historian Yuval Noah Harari wrote in Sapiens, "Culture is the human adaptation to the environment." Thus, every civilization is a refined response to its climate. In the cold north, culture gave birth to long, deep songs. In the tropics, dance and color blaze like sunlight. In the desert, prayers echo, sparse yet profound, like the sands themselves. Looking back, we see climate did not only shape the earth, it shaped us. From the Maya to the Akkadians, from Napoleon to the Dutch painters, each is proof that every wind carries a chapter of history. The physicist Richard Feynman once said, "Nature uses only the longest threads to weave her patterns, so each small piece of her fabric reveals the organization of the entire tapestry." Weather is those long threads. It weaves the stories of people, of war and peace, of prosperity and decline. Now, as you close your eyes, imagine that everything that has ever happened, ancient rains, brutal winters, long-forgotten winds, is still breathing in the air around you. Every breath you draw has passed through ages, touched the lives of millions who lived, loved, and struggled under the same sky. Breathe in deeply. Exhale slowly. And let history dissolve like mist. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. When humans and cities create their own weather. History has shown that weather once shaped humanity. But in the modern age, the current seems to have reversed. Humanity has begun shaping the weather. From ancient civilizations that depended on wind and rain to grow crops, we have entered an era where city lights replace the stars, where smoke, heat, and glass create a new kind of climate, one no longer purely natural, but crafted by human hands. The astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, "We are part of this universe. We are in this universe, but perhaps more important than both of those facts is that the universe is in us." And now, as humankind builds cities that touch the clouds and light up the night sky, that inner universe reflects outward, forming artificial microclimates, ecosystems of concrete and light. Urban heat islands, the warm breath of humanity. At night in the city, if you stand on a rooftop and look down upon streets glowing with light, you can almost see an invisible sea of heat rippling below. The air feels thicker, warmer, and alive with the pulse of human life. This phenomenon is known as the urban heat island. Concrete, steel, and glass absorb sunlight all day and release it at night, raising city temperatures by 5 to 8 degrees Celsius above nearby countryside. The fewer the trees, the denser the traffic, the more polluted the air, the hotter the city becomes. In a sense, each metropolis is a living organism, with arteries, its roads, a heartbeat, its traffic, and breath, the heat exhaled by people and machines. The biologist James Lovelock, creator of the Gaia hypothesis, wrote, "The Earth system behaves as if it were a single self-regulating organism. If Earth is a living body, then the city is a new organ we have built, an artificial heart that never sleeps, always radiating warmth. But this warmth does not come from the sun. It comes from the engines of humanity, from our energy, our industry, our movement. Between mirrored towers reflecting sunlight, every footstep, every exhale, every engine pulse adds to that heat. It is not violent like a storm, nor sudden like a downpour, but constant and patient, the quiet heartbeat of a world both growing and weary. When skyscrapers bend the wind and pollution paints the sunset. Once, the wind belonged to the heavens. Now, in modern cities, it bends around our ambitions. Skyscrapers, hundreds of meters tall, do more than symbolize human strength. They reshape the natural flow of air. Wind no longer drifts freely. It splits, twists, and swirls through avenues like rivers forced through canyons of concrete. This wind tunnel effect can make street-level gusts fierce, carrying with them fine dust, exhaust, and microscopic particles, the invisible grains we breathe each day. And yet, within this paradox, pollution creates its own strange beauty. Dust, soot, and industrial gases scatter sunlight, turning sunsets redder, purples deeper, and oranges more intense than in clear skies. A fragile beauty born of harm. The writer Rachel Carson, author of Silent Spring, once said, "In nature, nothing exists alone. Every ray of sunlight that glows through smog is both a hymn and a tear from nature. That beauty is real, but it is the beauty of imbalance. The sky burns crimson not only because the sun is setting, but because our smoke rises to meet it. While the countryside rests under the moon's quiet light, the city glows on, by lamps and by haze. A scene both beautiful and sad, the beauty of the industrial age. Cloud seeding, when humanity learns to call the rain. Once, humans prayed for rain. Now, they make it fall. This is cloud seeding, one of the earliest experiments showing that humans can intervene in the sky itself. By dispersing silver iodide or salt particles into clouds, these act as nuclei for water vapor to condense, and rain begins to fall. For the first time, rain became a matter of science, not chance, not divine mercy, but human intention. It was a turning point in history. A species that once trembled before thunder now touched the mechanisms of the heavens. The astrophysicist Carl Sagan wrote in The Demon-Haunted World, "Science is not only compatible with spirituality, it is a profound source of spirituality. Indeed, learning to call the rain is not defiance of nature. It is a whisper of understanding, an attempt to learn the language of the sky. Science does not destroy wonder, it deepens it." Every drop of artificial rain carries an ancient question. Are we controlling nature, or becoming more deeply part of it? Satellites, radars, and supercomputers, the Earth's new eyes. To understand weather, we no longer rely on the naked eye. We have sent eyes into orbit, ears that listen by radar, and minds that think in silicon. Every cloud, every storm, every flash of lightning is now tracked, simulated, and forecast by billions of calculations each second. From satellites circling Earth, streams of data, rain, wind, humidity, pressure, return constantly, forming a living portrait of global weather. If Galileo once looked upward to understand the cosmos, we now look downward to understand ourselves. Physicist Richard Feynman once said, "What I cannot create, I do not understand." Through technology, we are learning to create models of nature, not to control it, but to understand its delicate balance. And as Doppler radars spin like cosmic eyes, as quantum processors predict the movements of air, something profound unfolds. For the first time, Earth knows it is being watched by the very beings it created. As Alan Watts wrote, "You are the aperture through which the universe is looking at and exploring itself." Meteorological technology, in this sense, is the Earth's self-awareness, humanity as the lens through which the planet observes its own breath. The modern city is where the natural and the artificial intertwine. Electric lights replace the moon, yet wind still weaves through towers, rain still patters against glass, and thunder still cracks against steel, reminding us that nature endures, patient, forgiving, alive. When you walk down a rain-soaked street after a storm, inhaling the scent of wet concrete mixed with exhaust, you are breathing a modern form of petrichor, the ancient fragrance of rain now blended with the spirit of the age. Even here, in places when nature seems lost, the sky still finds ways to touch us. And sometimes, in those smog-tinted sunsets where beauty and loss coexist, you realize something quietly profound. The earth is still alive, still breathing, even beneath our heat. Tonight, as city lights dim and the pace of life slows, stand by your window. Look up. Though the stars are faint behind the glow, the sky remains, vast and patient. The city breathes, you breathe, and somewhere beyond, the oceans, clouds, and winds still turn together. Nature has not vanished, it has simply taken on a new form. Carl Sagan once said in Cosmos, "The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself." When humans create their own climate, it is not a separation from nature. It is the next chapter in the universe's awakening to itself. Each artificial cloud, each radar pulse, each rain shower summoned by science is a mirror, showing the cosmos seeing itself through your hands. Now let the city's quiet hum lull you to sleep. The distant cars fading, the wind gliding past rooftops, the warmth of night settling softly in your chest. The sky is still there, even among a million lights. And within this meeting of steel and cloud, of humanity and nature, life is still singing. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. Weather, the bridge between Earth, life, and the cosmos. The city has fallen asleep. The buildings have stopped radiating heat. The lights grow dim, and above, the sky once again belongs to itself. After humanity learned to shape its own weather, we began to look back, to realize that no matter how far our lights reach, how high our towers rise, every breath of the atmosphere still connects us to the cosmos. From the dust suspended in the air to the storms raging on Jupiter, weather is not just the story of Earth, it is the language of the universe, speaking about itself. As Carl Sagan said in Cosmos, "The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff." And if we are made of stardust, then every gust of wind, every drop of rain, every flash of lightning is a galactic memory, returning to remind us that we and the sky were never apart. Weather, the universal phenomenon of the cosmos. Long ago, humanity looked to the heavens only to predict tomorrow's rain. But now, having reached Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, we understand that weather is not unique to this planet. Across billions of kilometers, other worlds host tempests beyond imagination. On exoplanet HD 189733b, rain is made not of water, but of glass, silicate crystals blown sideways by 7,000 km/h winds, glittering like diamonds in the blue light of its parent star. On Uranus, methane fuels storms colder than -200 degrees Celsius. On Jupiter, the Great Red Spot has raged for over 350 years, vast enough to swallow 3 Earths whole. And on Saturn, a perfect hexagonal storm spins endlessly at the North Pole, a breathtaking dance between mathematics and nature, where geometry and wind become one. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, "The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you." Indeed, the weather of other worlds defies our logic. Molten iron rain, plasma cyclones, supersonic winds. Yet within this strangeness lies a deep unity. Wherever an atmosphere exists, matter moves, cycles, and tells the story of energy. From morning dew on a leaf to electrical storms on Jupiter, all follow the same cosmic rhythm of heat, pressure, and balance. In that sense, weather is not merely an earthly phenomenon. It is the heartbeat of existence itself. The primordial sky, when Earth's heavens glowed orange. To understand the cosmos, we must first return home. Before Earth had a blue sky, it burned in shades of orange and red, wrapped in the storms of its infancy. 4 billion years ago, our planet was a haze of volcanic smoke, lightning, and roaring heat. The air was thick with methane, ammonia, and carbon dioxide. No oxygen, no blue above, only a fiery atmosphere alive with creation. Carl Sagan once described early Earth as a planet in the process of self-discovery, a world learning itself through fire, wind, and water. When sunlight pierced the methane sky, the heavens glowed with amber light, the first dance between star and planet. No one witnessed it, yet every atom in our bodies carries that memory. For, in that blazing atmosphere, organic molecules were born, the foundations of DNA, of life, of consciousness. The rain of that era did not simply fall, it carried the chemistry of becoming. Rachel Carson wrote in The Sea Around Us, "In every drop of water, there is a story of life." Those first rains, tinged with sulfur and ash, washed away chaos and opened the dawn of awareness. Ancient ice, the frozen breath of the past. If the atmosphere is Earth's diary of the present, then ice is its archive of memory. Deep within the glaciers of Antarctica and Greenland lie tiny air bubbles trapped for hundreds of thousands of years. When released, they still hold the breath of ancient forests, oceans, and creatures long gone. Within them is the air once inhaled by dinosaurs, once exhaled by primordial seas. As physicist Richard Feynman said, "Nature keeps the books on everything." And indeed, ice is nature's patient handwriting. Layer by layer, season by season, snow becoming stone. Within those frozen rings are the cycles of carbon, the rhythm of ice ages, and the slow heartbeat of a planet evolving with life. When ice melts, it is not only water returning to the sea, it is the past dissolving into the present. In each drop, perhaps, lingers a breath your ancestors once took thousands of years ago. Weather, the language of life. Listen closely, and you'll find that every living thing speaks with the sky. Trees sense humidity before opening their leaves. Birds migrate by wind and stars. Whales sing along ocean currents. And humans feel their moods shift with light and air. All of life is in quiet conversation with weather, the living pulse of our planet. And wondrously, that rhythm is not Earth's alone. It is a universal tongue. Every planet, every star, every cloud of dust breathes in its own way, exchanging energy in endless motion. Alan Watts once said, "You are not in the world, you are the world." We do not merely exist within the atmosphere, we are part of it. Each breath you take carries oxygen once formed in ancient seas. Each breath you release joins the clouds and may one day return as rain. Through this cycle, weather is life's invisible bridge, binding all beings across time and space. The bridge between Earth and the stars. From glass rains on distant worlds to water rains on Earth, weather is the red thread that connects soil to starlight. It reminds us that the universe is not far away. It is within us, around us, moving through us. Every breeze is an echo of the Big Bang. Every bolt of lightning is a small reflection of the primal energy that forged the stars. Carl Sagan once wrote, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." Perhaps that something is not in a distant galaxy, but here, in the breath of our own planet. When you feel the wind on your skin, you are touching an ancient cosmic rhythm repeated across billions of worlds. In its deepest sense, weather is the whisper of the universe, heard only by those who listen. Now, as you close your eyes, imagine yourself drifting through space, looking down upon Earth, a small blue marble suspended in black. Clouds swirl slowly, lightning flickers, winds sweep across deserts, oceans, forests, and cities. That is the heartbeat of the planet and of you. Weather does not merely shape life, it is life. It binds dust, water, creatures, and stars into a single song of existence. So tonight, as you listen to the rain, remember, those drops were once clouds, once oceans, once stars. They have traveled across billions of years just to fall beside you, whispering softly. You are part of something vast, ancient, and alive. Breathe in deeply. Exhale slowly. Let your breath merge with the wind, the clouds, the cosmos. For weather, like you, never stands still. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. The cycle of life, when weather sustains and guides living beings. From the cosmic storms in faraway space, we return to Earth, a small planet filled with miracles. The sky is still breathing. The oceans still rise and fall, and within that breath, life moves, multiplies, and changes without pause. Weather is not merely the backdrop of life. It is the unseen hand that nourishes and directs every living being. It teaches flocks of birds which way to fly, tells flowers when to open, forces small creatures to leave when the land dries up, and calls them back when the rains return. As the philosopher Alan Watts once said, "You didn't come into this world, you came out of it." And it's true. Life does not exist apart from weather. We are the product of rainy seasons, windy seasons, sunny seasons, snowy seasons. Not only living beings, but human memory, culture, and emotion also rise and fall with the weather. The travelers on the wind. When the sky turns its seasons, nature's wanderers begin their long journeys. Millions of monarch butterflies leave North America and fly more than 4,000 kilometers down to the warm regions of Mexico to escape the cold. No map, no compass, only sunlight and wind to guide them. The gigantic blue whales migrate from cold, food-rich seas to warm waters to give birth. And desert locust swarms, seemingly tiny and harmless, can merge into biological clouds stretching hundreds of kilometers, riding moisture and humid winds, sowing both life and hunger across the lands they pass. All of these movements follow the breath of the atmosphere. Winds shifting, temperatures changing, pressure rising and falling. There is no itinerary drawn by humans, only the ancient intuition of nature. Carl Sagan once wrote in Cosmos, "We are like butterflies who flutter for a day and think it is forever." That line reminds us that, even if humans forget our dependence on climate, every other creature still lives by the rhythm of wind and time. Within that fragility lies a deep beauty, because it is precisely fragility that makes life so precious. Rain, seasons, and rebirth. On the African savanna, herds of antelope and zebra travel thousands of kilometers each year just to follow dark clouds, the sign of rain. Where there is rain, there is grass, water, and life. When the dry season comes, the earth cracks, dust rides the wind, and the grasslands seem to die. But then, when the first drops touch the ground, in just a few days, everything revives. Seeds sleeping deep in the soil suddenly sprout, frogs begin to sing, and the sky turns blue again. It is the planet's oldest performance, the cycle of death and rebirth, with weather as the conductor. The biologist Rachel Carson once wrote in Silent Spring, "Those who contemplate the beauty of the earth find reserves of strength that will endure as long as life lasts. And that beauty lies not in perfection, but in the eternal cycle of rain and sun, loss and return. Weather is the planet's steady breath, and life is the soft reply to that breath. When the ocean loses its color, a warning from coral. And yet, within that symphony, there are notes fading away. When ocean temperatures rise by just a few degrees, corals, creatures that seem motionless, begin to die in silence. They bleach, losing the symbiotic algae that sustain them. Brilliant reefs turn ashen, like graveyards beneath the sea. This phenomenon, coral bleaching, is the Earth's delicate warning that climate balance is under threat. A small change in the water, a shift in temperature, and an entire ecosystem collapses. The oceanographer Sylvia Earle once said, "No water, no life. No blue, no green." Her words ring like a poem of awakening. Coral, seemingly small, holds the heartbeat of the ocean. When it quietly dies, the sea loses its song and weather loses part of its breath. Thus, weather not only nourishes life, it also tests it. From fierce storms to heat waves, from floods to frost, every upheaval is a way for nature to rebalance itself. The endless cycle of wind and life. When wind blows across the grasslands, it carries seeds. When rain falls into rivers, it carries nutrients to the sea. Then the sun draws water skyward to make clouds that return to the land, a cycle that never ends. Every creature on the planet lies within those arms. No one outside it, no one above it. Even humans, with satellites, technology, and science, still breathe to that rhythm every second. Carl Sagan once wrote, "If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe." The line sounds playful, but in the deepest sense, it is true. Nothing lives or exists outside the flow of weather and climate. From a single butterfly to a single human, all are born, raised, and fade away according to the cycles of wind and water. Now, as you take a deep breath, remember that this current of air, once the breath of the Amazon, once drifted over the Pacific Ocean, once mingled with clouds and mist before reaching you. You are not just breathing. You are continuing a cycle of life that has lasted billions of years. Weather is the bloodstream of the earth, and life, whether butterfly, whale, or human, is but a temporary heartbeat within that flow. Let the wind lull you to sleep. Let the rain outside remind you that everything returns, and that life, like weather, is only transforming, never disappearing. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. The subtle signs, when the body and nature sense the weather. The earth has never stopped whispering. Every breeze, every raindrop, every subtle shift in air pressure, all are secret languages of the atmosphere, constantly spoken and quietly heard by life itself. From the previous chapter, we saw how weather sustains and directs life. Birds following the wind, whales migrating with the currents, corals changing color with the sea's warmth. But that connection goes beyond behavior. It extends into perception, into the body, instinct, and intuition. Nature doesn't just adapt to the weather, it feels it. And the wonder is this: humans do too. Carl Sagan once said, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." When pressure drops, when rain approaches, when a strange wind stirs, the body's response is not merely biological. It is the universe listening to itself through us. When nature predicts the storm. Long before radar existed, before weather reports and satellites, the Earth already had its own forecasters, the living beings upon it. Somewhere on the grasslands, sparrows fly lower than usual. In the forest, ants move their nests uphill. Fish leap more vigorously beneath the river's surface, and horses grow restless. All this happens before a storm arrives. No signal is broadcast, only invisible shifts in the air, and nature hears them. Science calls this barometric sensitivity, the ability to sense changes in air pressure. When pressure drops, the air grows lighter and humidity rises, and many creatures detect this change through their skin, ears, or membranes. For them, the storm is not a surprise. It is a gentle reminder whispered by the sky. Rachel Carson once wrote in The Sense of Wonder, "Those who dwell among the beauties and mysteries of the earth are never alone or weary of life." Nature is never lonely, for its inhabitants are in constant dialogue with the heavens. Each movement, each subtle reaction, is a wordless conversation between life and the atmosphere. And if we observe slowly enough, gently enough, we too can hear that conversation. When the human body senses the weather, you don't have to be a scientist to recognize it. A headache before rain, an old wound aching before a storm, a strange fatigue as the air turns cold. Our ancestors called it when the wind changes. Today, science confirms that our bodies truly read the atmosphere's signals. When air pressure drops, blood vessels expand, bodily fluids shift, and old injuries or nerves grow sensitive. When humidity rises, the skin absorbs moisture, altering its bioelectric resistance, subtly affecting mood and energy. It isn't superstition, it is evolutionary memory. The human body is a biological barometer. Though we no longer rely on rain or sun to survive, the ability to feel them remains within our blood. Alan Watts once wrote, "You are the universe experiencing itself." When you grow weary before rain, when you inhale at dawn and notice the air smells different, it is the universe within you synchronizing with the universe around you. Emotions, sleep, breath, all pulse in tune with the invisible tides of wind and pressure. When the sky speaks in color, the eyes, too, are instruments of the weather. Anyone who has seen the sky turn green before a tornado knows the feeling. Awe, fear, reverence. That storm green hue is a rare optical phenomenon. Sunlight scattered through thick clouds heavy with ice and moisture. It warns of violent storms, yet it is among nature's most hauntingly beautiful sights. In that moment, nature speaks in color. Not through sound or words, but through light, the oldest language of the cosmos. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, "When I look up at the night sky, I know that we are part of this universe, we are in this universe, and the universe is in us." Each time the sky shifts its shade, each beam breaking through the clouds is a silent conversation between light and human feeling. A reminder that we are still being held, guided, and felt by the world itself. The harmony between body and planet. Weather does not happen outside of us, it happens through us. Body temperature, heartbeat, hormones, sleep, energy, all rise and fall with the cycles of the sun and the breath of the air. Even in cities of glass and steel, we still carry within us Earth's natural rhythm. When the wind changes, our mood shifts. When pressure drops, our spirits sink. When the sky clears, we feel lighter. And when it rains, we remember someone, though we may not know why. Writer Henry David Thoreau once wrote, "The wind that blows through the pines also stirs something within me." Human emotion, it seems, is another form of weather. There are sunny days within the mind, and there are silent storms of the heart. But like the atmosphere itself, every emotion passes, transforms, and returns to calm. Tonight, as you close your eyes, remember that you are sensing alongside the earth. The air pressure outside is shifting, the wind carries moisture through the city, and deep within, your heart beats to that same rhythm. Nothing is separate. There is no border between body and sky, only one long breath of life. Let yourself drift within that breath. Feel each current of air move through your lungs, each heartbeat echoing the wind, and know that even in stillness, you are listening to the earth. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. The illusions and lights of the sky. After we have listened to the subtle breaths of the air, where body and nature alike sense the invisible shifts of wind and pressure, the sky now invites us into another realm, the realm of light. If sound is the heartbeat of the earth, then light is the breath of the cosmos. From dawn to dusk, from mirages, the sky does more than reflect light. It writes poetry with physics. Carl Sagan once said, "Science is not only compatible with spirituality, it is a profound source of spirituality." Indeed, every phenomenon of light in the sky, rainbow, halo, or green flash, is not just the result of refraction or scattering, but a moment of union between knowledge and beauty. The rainbow, nature's many-colored poem. The rainbow is the gentlest message of the sky. After a storm, when sunlight peeks through the clouds, each raindrop becomes a tiny prism, bending white light into 7 tender hues. And sometimes, if you are lucky, you may witness a double rainbow, when light reflects twice within the droplet, forming a fainter, inverted arc beside the first. It is a duet between light and water, a song that can only be heard when the conditions are perfect. In that moment, you realize that beauty doesn't arise from complexity, but from coincidence, the right meeting at the right time. Just as in life, sometimes a single ray of light touching a tear is enough to create a small rainbow in the heart. Physicist Richard Feynman once wrote, I have a friend who's an artist. He'll say, "Look how beautiful that is," and I'll agree. But I can also see much more. I can see the physics behind it. That only adds to the excitement. The rainbow, then, is proof that science does not kill beauty. It magnifies it. Knowing it is born from light refraction does not make us less awed, but more deeply moved. Moonbow, when the moon creates a rainbow. At night, in stillness, the moon sometimes performs the same miracle as the sun. When a full moon meets a light rain, its pale rays refract through mist and create a moonbow, a lunar rainbow. It is not vivid like its daylight twin, but silvery and ghost-like, as if the sky were whispering a secret meant only for those who remain awake. It does not sing loudly nor dazzle the eyes. It simply glows enough to remind us that magic still exists. Alan Watts once said, "You do not look at the sky, you become part of it." When we gaze upon a moonbow, we are no longer observers. We become part of the symphony of light itself, woven from moon, cloud, and the breath of night. Halo and sundog, when ice creates light. In the cold regions of the world, when the air is filled with countless ice crystals, sunlight or moonlight refracts through them, forming luminous rings known as halos, or shimmering twin flares called sundogs. From afar, a halo looks like a sacred crown around the sun, and for centuries, people believed it was a sign from the heavens. In truth, it is pure physics, light bending through hexagonal ice prisms at an angle of 22 degrees. Yet knowing this does not diminish its wonder. On the contrary, it reveals that even the coldest ice can create light. In the harshest conditions, there is still room for grace. Carl Sagan once wrote in Cosmos, "The beauty of a living thing is not the atoms that go into it, but the way those atoms are put together." So too with the sky. Its beauty lies not in light or water alone, but in the way they meet perfectly, fleetingly, miraculously. Mirage and green flash, the horizon's illusions. Across deserts or open seas, one sometimes sees mirages, shimmering lakes in the distance, glinting beneath the heat. They are not water, but light bent by layers of hot air, a trick of physics, a dream of the eye. And at the end of the day, as the sun dips below the horizon, a single emerald gleam may flash for a heartbeat, the green flash. It lasts only a few seconds, but to those who witness it, it feels as if the earth itself has winked. These are moments where the real and the imagined merge, where life becomes poetry and time holds its breath. They remind us that beauty is not meant to last. Its transience is what makes it sacred. As night falls, the sky stops singing in wind and rain and begins to sing in light. Rainbows, halos, moonbows, sundogs, all are variations of one story. The meeting of light and water, sun and moon, physics and poetry. Richard Feynman once said, "To those who do not know mathematics, it is difficult to get across a real feeling as to the beauty, the deepest beauty of nature. But with the sky, we do not need formulas to feel its wonder. All we need is a still moment, open eyes, and a heart ready to be moved. Because every light in the heavens, rainbow or mirage, is the universe's way of saying it is still alive, still breathing, still sending its love to earth. So let that light lull you to sleep, soft as silk, deep as the sea, and warm as a whisper that says, 'The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well.'" Climate change, the future of weather. From the vivid rainbows and shimmering illusions of the sky, we have seen how light tells stories of physics and beauty. But as that light fades and clouds gather thickly once more, another story begins to emerge, a story of change. Weather, once the steady breath of the earth, is now gasping. Temperatures rise, ice melts, storms grow fiercer, and the rains no longer follow their familiar paths. These are not passing fluctuations, they are deep transformations in the planet's heartbeat. Carl Sagan once warned in Pale Blue Dot, "Whatever happens to Earth, we are its children. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate." And perhaps those words have never echoed more clearly than they do now. As the planet's breath grows hotter. Each year, the numbers in scientific reports, 1 degree warmer, 2% less ice, 10 centimeters more sea level, seem small, almost sterile. Yet behind them, weather itself is changing its voice. Warmer air fuels stronger tropical storms, fiercer floods, and longer, more punishing droughts. El Niño and La Niña grow erratic, rains come out of season, winds reverse, and humankind begins to realize we are not merely observers of weather, we are its cause. In Greenland, ancient ice melts faster than ever, raising the oceans millimeter by millimeter. In the tropics, relentless heat waves silently claim thousands of lives. And in the Amazon, the planet's green lungs, the forests are burning, struggling for air under the weight of human hands. Rachel Carson once wrote in Silent Spring, "The control of nature is a phrase conceived in arrogance, born of the Neanderthal age of biology. We once believed we could control the weather, build dams, plant forests, summon rain, cool the air. But now, weather mirrors our actions, a faithful and unyielding reflection. When ice melts, seas rise, and winds rage. At the poles, where ice once slept in silence for hundreds of millennia, glaciers are cracking, drifting toward the sea. Each melting sheet erases a memory, releasing trapped air from ancient ages, carrying whispers of volcanoes and frozen forests. As ice vanishes, oceans rise, washing away shorelines, swallowing islands. Coastal cities, Venice, Bangkok, New York, live on fragile thresholds between the present and the approaching future. Storms intensify, sweeping away not only roofs, but our faith in nature's steadiness. Because now we understand, these tempests are no longer purely natural. They are the cries of a wounded planet. David Attenborough said in A Life on Our Planet, "We are facing nothing less than the collapse of the living world, but there is still time to act." Those words are not of despair, but of awakening. Weather is sending signals, not to frighten us, but to invite us to listen again. The mirror of human action. There is a gentle yet profound truth. Weather does not hate humanity. It merely reflects what we have done. Like the surface of a lake mirroring the sky, the earth returns the image of a civilization that has forgotten balance. Climate is the language of the planet. It speaks through heat, through rain, through wind. When we wound the forests, when we burn the fuels, the atmosphere responds by changing its tone. Alan Watts once wrote, "You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. If we are the waves in that ocean, then its turbulence, its heat, its anger is also a reflection of ourselves. Weather does not seek revenge, it restores balance. And in doing so, it teaches us, every action has an echo. Hope among the clouds. Yet amid the warnings and the rising seas, hope still glows between the clouds. Nations are replanting forests. Solar panels rise like new sunflowers. A younger generation is learning about climate change not with fear, but with love." Carl Sagan once wrote, "If we crave some cosmic purpose, then let us find ourselves a worthy goal. Perhaps that purpose, in our time, is to learn how to live once more in harmony with weather, with the rain, the wind, and the fragile air that encircles this planet. Climate change is not only a challenge, it is an invitation, a chance for humanity to remember that we do not stand apart from nature, but within it. If weather is a mirror, then this is the moment to look into it and smile at our awakening. Tonight, as you gaze through your window and hear the wind, know that it is the planet's true breath. It is weary, yet patient. It grows warmer, yet still reaches for us gently.
Every breath you take is a gift from the atmosphere. Every rainfall, a quiet apology between Earth and humankind. And every sunrise, a promise that there is still time to heal. Let the night wind lull you to sleep. Let the distant rain tell the story of a planet learning to mend itself. And let your heart, in its quiet rhythm, beat alongside the Earth's. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well. Epilogue: The Heartbeat of Earth. As we leave behind the chapters of storms, light, rain, wind, and change, the sky seems to fall silent. The numbers about climate, the warnings of melting ice and rising seas, now fade into distant echoes within the mind. For after all, the planet's heart still beats. That rhythm, slow, patient, and forgiving, is weather itself, the atmosphere, the climate, the breath of life. Whether chaotic or calm, parched or pouring, weather keeps moving, never ceasing, never sleeping. And within that rhythm, humanity, small and fragile as we are, remains part of the same grand symphony. Carl Sagan once wrote in Cosmos, "The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Yet on that tiny stage, every breath, every cloud, every raindrop plays a note in the intricate symphony that connects all living things." When weather becomes the planet's heartbeat. If the cosmos can be imagined as a vast living body, then weather is the heartbeat of the Earth. Every gust of wind is a pulse, carrying energy across the world. Every raindrop is a current of life, nourishing the parched ground. Every ray of sunlight is warmth, the steady rhythm that has sustained life for billions of years. Rachel Carson once wrote, "In nature, nothing exists alone." Weather is not merely a physical process, it is the invisible network that connects everything, from the tiniest dust particles suspended in the air to the vast oceans and even the consciousness of humanity. Without it, there would be no cycle, no rain to feed rivers, no wind to scatter seeds, no sunsets to remind us that we belong to something larger than ourselves. When you feel a soft breeze brushing your face, it is not merely air in motion, it is the Earth's heartbeat touching you. The eternal breath of nature. The Earth has endured ages of hardship, ice ages, droughts, superstorms, mass extinctions. And yet, after each upheaval, nature recalibrates, renews, and continues. Like a body recovering after fever or injury, it learns how to heal itself. Alan Watts once said, "You are the universe experiencing itself." And perhaps, through every rainfall and shifting wind, the universe is experiencing itself through the Earth. Clouds are not simply vapor. They are the ocean's memories, lifted by the sun only to return as tender drops of rain. Just as humans are born, grow, and return to the soil, everything follows these same eternal cycles of energy, of transformation, of rebirth. Thus, weather is not mere change. It is the rhythm of existence itself. It carries within it the breath of millions of years of evolution and whispers a quiet truth. Life never truly disappears. It only takes new forms. When humanity learns to listen again. We, the small inhabitants of this planet, once forgot that sound. We filled the sky with smoke, invaded rivers, and wounded the wind. And yet, weather, with its infinite compassion, still tries to speak to us. When rain falls, we hear the voice of the soil.
When storms arrive, we feel the strength of creation. When rainbows appear, we see the kindness of light after the anger of dark clouds. David Attenborough once said in A Life on Our Planet, "The truth is, with or without us, the natural world will rebuild, but we have the power to make it right now." Weather is that invitation, a chance for reconciliation between humankind and the planet. Not through fear, but through understanding. Not through control, but through reverence. When we lift our gaze to the sky, we see not just clouds, but the beating heart of the earth. And in that moment, we understand. We were never truly alone. The endless dance of the sky. Weather is perpetual motion, a song that never stops. Day and night are its breathing. Rain and sunlight are its melodies. Wind and storm are its crescendos and pauses, all forming one grand symphony called life. Carl Sagan once wrote in Cosmos, "For small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love." That love is what we feel when standing under a summer rain, when glimpsing the first rainbow, or when listening in stillness to thunder far away. It is more than admiration. It is connection. For when we love the sky, we love the earth. And when we love the earth, we love the universe, where everything began. Now, as the story comes to a close, the narrator's voice softens to a whisper. As you drift towards sleep, let the thought of weather be a comfort. The same skies that once glowed orange in Earth's infancy now glow above you tonight. That sky, once blazing during the dawn of the planet, still lingers above you now. The same dust, the same breath, the same clouds that once watched life rise from ancient seas still hover gently overhead. You are part of that continuity, a heartbeat within the planet's vast heart. Let your breath slow. Let your mind dissolve into stillness. Listen closely, not just to the wind or the rain, but to the heartbeat of the earth, echoing within your own. For in the end, weather is not what surrounds us. It is us. The universe is vast, and so are you. Sleep well.